Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet a little graph. I made this graph using the program Stitch Fiddle on my laptop, and it's going to be a square. It's just 20 by 20 stitches. I tried to do something that I thought would be really easy for a beginner. So we're going to make this little cactus, and I'm going to use the colors in pink and green. I just thought they looked cute together. So I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I have soft pink, and then I have this like minty light green that matches it. I don't know the exact colorway name as I don't have the label, but it is the exact same brand. And they each call for a 5.5 millimeter hook, so that's what I will be using. You can use, sometimes I size down to a 5 millimeter, but today I'm just going to stick with what it calls for. So for whatever yarn you are using, you should just go with whatever hook it calls for. So to get started, you're going to start with your background color, of course, and for me that's this light pink. And when I do these graphs, there's two ways you can go about starting it. You can chain 21 and then single crochet in the second chain from hook all the way across, so you have 20 single crochets, or you can do a foundation single crochet row, which is what I am going to do, and I will show you how to do that. You're just going to make your slip knot, stick it on your hook. You're going to chain 2. You're going to chain 2, and in the second chain from your hook, you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just the first loop, and then yarn over and pull through both. So what you've done is you've made a single crochet and a chain as one stitch. So instead of chaining and then coming back down the row to make our first row, we are doing a foundation single crochet row. So into that chain space that you just made, you're going to insert your hook in there. Did mine a little tight. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop only, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. So now we've got 2. So for each one, you're just going to insert your hook into the chain space you made for the stitch you just made. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, just go with the basic chaining and then 20 single crochets. So I'm going to keep going. Insert my hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm going to finish until I have made 20 of these. And if you don't like this method, then of course just go with the basic chain and then 20 single crochets. So once you have your 20 single crochets, that is going to count as the very first row. So let me just grab a pen. When you're doing a graph like this, your odd rows go from right to left, and when you're on an even row, you go left to right. So essentially what we just did was our first row. So we went from here and now we are here. So to start row 2, you're just going to, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work like you normally do. And then we've got, this is where we're going to just check out the graph. So for row 2, I'm going to cross this off just to show that we've done that row. Sometimes I keep track on my computer, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to cross it off. Sometimes I also laminate these so I can make them reusable. I did not do that, but normally I would laminate it and then use a Sharpie and then just magic erase it when I'm done. So for row 2, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to make 8 stitches using our pink yarn. 8 single crochets, sorry. So after your chain 1, you're just going to make 8 single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now I'm at my 8th, so I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop, but I'm on my 8th stitch, so I'm actually going to grab my other color and finish my single crochet with the green color. And I just place it over my hook and pull it through. And then I'm just going to drop this yarn behind and forget about it. Don't even worry about it at this point, just leave it where it's at. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets using green. So we're going to go single crochet 4, just like you normally would. I just like to crochet over my end. I find that to be the easiest, for me at least. So that's 3. On your 4th single crochet, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to start it with the green, but you're going to finish it with the pink. And I should have said this before we started. You might want to have 2 sets or 2 skeins of pink or just 2 small balls of pink. I'm just going to grab my other tail end and work with that. So we're going to finish the rest of that row using pink because now we're over here. So we have to do 8 more. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 more in pink. So once you've got your 4th started, you're just going to place the yarn over your hook and pull it through. And then continue crocheting the rest of the row with your pink yarn. And again, I'm just going to crochet over that tail that I have. I prefer to do it that way rather than weave in ends later. That's just my preference, but you can do it however you prefer. So we've got 4, 5, 6, didn't go on both sides, 7, and 8. And that's the end of row 2. So we're just going to chain 1, turn our work, and yeah, this may get a little bit tangly at times. I just move my skeins back and forth to help with that. You could also, if you don't want to use 2 separate pinks, you could carry your pink through here and just crochet over it with the green. But I find that sometimes you can see that, and I don't exactly enjoy that look, but it all just depends on your preference. So I'm going to cross off that we have done row 2, and now we're on row 3. So we're going to go back this way because we're on an odd row. So for row 3, you can see that we're doing 1 less pink. So we're going to do 7 pink and 6 green and then 7 more pink. So after you've chained 1, make 7 single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And since I'm on my 7th, I'm going to drop that pink to the back. Sorry if that was out of frame. I'm going to drop the pink to the back, and I'm going to grab my green and finish. And you can see that we still have a pink stitch here, and I'll show you what I like to do. So do it a little bit loose. You're going to yarn over and just pull it through to finish that single crochet, and then I just pull up this green a little bit and insert my hook into the next stitch and complete my single crochet as I would, and that kind of moves that over, and then I do it again for the next stitch. So it kind of blends in a little better. So it's not hanging across here, because sometimes I've seen that on other people's crochet pieces. They leave the green just hanging over here. Now I'm going to do 4 more with green. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to pick up the pink because I don't want it to cover my green when I go to use it. So I'm going to pick up the pink and just kind of crochet over it. Oh, I'm not going to finish that one though, because that was my last green. So once you're at your last green, just drop the green to the back. Just drop it. That's my tail. Grab your pink and finish your last stitch with the green, and then complete the rest of the row using pink. Okay, so that is the end of row 3, and you might just need to pull your green a little bit just to tighten it and clean it up, but that's how it's looking so far. So we're going to cross off that we have completed row 3, and now we're on row 4, so we're working back across this way. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and it's just the same counts as the previous row. So we're going to do 7 with pink, 7 single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to start it with my pink, drop my pink to the back. This green tail's in the way. Grab my green, yarn over, and pull it through to finish that last single crochet with the pink. So now I'm going to go into the green and do my next set of 6 single crochet with green. Okay, that's my last green, so I'm just going to drop it to the back. And I'm going to finish with the pink. So here's another part where I'm going to go behind that pink and into the first stitch for the pink, just because I feel like it helps it blend in better. That's just me. So you're just going to finish your row using pink. Every row you should have 20 single crochet. If you don't, you've either added or lost stitches, but every row will be 20 single crochets no matter what. So that's the end of row 4. I'm just going to cross that off. And then we have rows 5, 6, and 7 are all the same that we've been doing. So there will be 7 pink, 6 green, and 7 pink for the next 3 rows. So I'm going to complete that really quick, and when we get to row 8, it's a little bit different, and that's where I will meet you back. Okay, so I just completed row 7, and I will be starting row 8. So that means I will be working from left to right. I will be doing 7 in pink, and then you can see green is a bit longer because it's coming out to that little cactus arm. So I've got 7 in pink, 9 in green, and then 4 more in pink for row 8. So I'm just going to continue on. I've got a chain 1, turn my work, get on with this row. I'm at my last pink, so I'm going to drop the pink, pull up my green, finish my stitch, and I've got to do 9 with green, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pull that tight, 8, and I'm just carrying my next pink. I'm carrying it through, so I'm just crocheting over it to carry it along to where I need it. So that is 9. I'm going to drop the green to the back, bring up my pink, and finish that last stitch. And then I have to do 4 with the pink to finish the row. And that is row 8 completed. I'm going to cross that off. And so I'm going to complete row 9 and 10. And then when I get to row 11, I'll show you what I do, because there is this little gap here you can see with the pink where we have to do 1 stitch. So once I get to that, I will show you what I like to do. Okay, I just completed row 10, and now I'm on row 11 where we have that little 1 pink single crochet between the green. So what I like to do is I'm just going to start like normal. I'm going to do my chain 1, and I'm going to do 2 pink because that's what the pattern says to do. We have 4 green. So what I'm going to do is carry this pink through with me. And I know I said before I don't like to do that, and I don't, but when it's one little stitch like that, I just like to keep it attached rather than start a whole new little ball of pink. So I'm going to do 4 green. That's 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, I'm just crocheting over the pink, and then I give it a little tug just so that it's not tight in here, but tight enough where you can't really see it. I dropped my green, and I'm going to finish off with the pink. Then we do the same thing. I'm going to carry that green through just this one little stitch. So yarn over, pull it through. So I have 2 pink loops on my hook, and I'm only making 1. So I'm just going to finish it with my green. So that's my 1 pink single crochet. And I'm going to continue along this row until I get to where there are only 2 single crochets left, because those last 2 are pink. Once I've gotten to my last one, I just drop my green behind like I have been and pull my pink through. And then once again, it's going to look like this because I'm just picking up my pink. I go behind that little bar into the stitch like normal, pull up my loop, yarn over, make my single crochet. And that's the last one of that row. So that is row 11 complete. That's how it's looking. So that's pretty much the gist of crocheting one of these graphs using the single crochet method. You could also do a corner to corner method, and when I do that, I like to do the mini corner to corner method, so it's half double crochets instead of double crochets. And I will be making a video tutorial on that method if you're interested. So once I have that video out, I'll link it below in the description of this one. And then this graph will be available for you to use as well. I just ask that you give me credit if you do end up using my graph. You can make whatever you want with it, because you could make a bunch of these little squares and turn it into a blanket. You can do whatever you want. Just let people know that I was the creator of this little cactus graph. But I am going to finish my graph and I will show you how it all looks when I'm done. A little update, I'm on row 13. I'm on row 13, so I am working this way. I've just completed this last green stitch right here, and now I've got 1 pink, 4 green, and then 2 pink to finish my row. And as you can see, I don't have a pink, right? I've been using this pink to carry over here. So what I'm gonna do is take the pink that's closest to this side, and I'm just going to loosely pull it through to finish that stitch. So I've got all of this, and to fix that, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. It gets a little bit tricky sometimes, but once you get the hang of it, it's fairly easy. So I have to do 1 pink stitch, so I'm gonna make sure I have that green to carry through because I need it to finish off this part of the cactus. So I'm just going to hold it up here with my work, crochet over it, and it's only 1 pink, so I'm going to use the green to finish it off. And I still have this big pink, we'll call it a string. So to fix that, I need to make 4 green. I'm just going to crochet over both of those because I need the pink for the end. So 4 green. I'm going to pull the pink tight that I've been carrying, but as you can see, crocheting over that, you can't really see it anymore. So that's mainly what I do for this type of little graph. If I was doing a blanket or something large, I would have just made separate little pink balls to pick up and drop here instead of carrying them through my graph, because it can turn into a yarn waster if it's a big project, but this is fairly small, so I thought it would be easiest to just carry from each side. And then I can continue on with my row, making my last 2 pink single crochets, chain 1, turn, and that's another row down. So that was row 13. Row 14, I'll show you again what I'm going to do. We have 2 pink single crochets. So I've gotten my 2. Just gonna pull my pink, hold it so that it's aligned with the top of these stitches. I'll grab it in a minute, but I'm going to finish off my 2 pinks with my green. I go under that green I just used, through the stitch like normal, and pull it all through. I'm not the best at explaining it, but I feel like if I slow down enough, you might be able to tell what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to finish this part of the cactus by carrying that pink with me because I need it just for 1 little stitch. Make sure it's somewhat tight so you can't really see it. We're going to do 1 pink single crochet, drop it to the back, yarn over, pull our green through, and then we're just going to continue on. So I've got to get over to my other little pink single crochet that's all by itself. So here I am. I'm going to finish off that last green I go under the pink I just pulled over there in my stitch. Oops, I was about to use that. And then finish with my green. And then I am carrying this pink back so I can use it at the end as well. So that's how I like to color change when I do these types of crafts. But like I said, if it was a blanket or something large, a larger picture, I would just have separate, oops, I don't need my green. I would just have separate little pink skeins to attach and drop every now and then. And I'll actually put a picture here to show you what I mean. I made this ghost graph and you can see all of the little balls coming off of it because I color changed for each section instead of carrying yarn, just because the graph was bigger and I didn't want to see any of the carrying for these. You can't really see it. I don't know if it's because of the color, but you pretty much cannot see that I've been carrying yarn. Sometimes you can, and that's when it bugs me, but for some reason today it's working out well. I'm going to continue on with my graph and I will show you what it looks like once I've finished. Okay, so here is how it looks when I am complete. So this compared to the graph, that's how it looks. And I was going to measure it, but I don't have a tape measure right now. So that's finished. But I'm just going to make, I'm just going to single crochet all the way around just to kind of, oops, sorry, clean it up a little bit. So I'm just going to do 20 down the side. And I will do, I think, 3 single crochet in each corner just so it has a nice turning point. I'm only doing that for the sake of this video, just to show you what it looks like with a little border. It probably would look really cute with the green border, but I didn't feel like fastening off and weaving in another tail. So pretty much just make a stitch in each row. You don't have to do this either. This is optional. But I just wanted to show what it'll look like when it's a little bit more cleaned up. All right, so there it is completed with the little single crochet border and everything. This is the front. This is the back. The only reason you can tell this is the back is because I made that border. Otherwise, it's basically reversible. But that's how you make one of these. You could also do it in half double crochet, which it would still be the same width. It would just make it a little bit longer because half double crochets are taller. You could also do double crochet and then corner to corner, like I said. So if you want to see any of those used for this type of graph, let me know down in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.